Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a trash to treasure with a little bit of a Christmas flair. I recently went to several garage sales and picked up some amazing stuff, and I'm going to flip them and make them ready for Christmas. So the first thing that I'm going to make is a sign. I picked up this blue board. I don't even know. It looked like there at one point was a picture in it or something. I don't really know. I got it for $1 at a garage sale. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is just completely pull the backing off of here. This was like coming off anyway, so I just pulled the backing off. And then I decided that I was going to wrap the backing in wrapping paper. So I'm using a red wrapping paper from Dollar Tree, but you could use anything that you wanted. So I'm just going to wrap the back of it like a present. Next, I grabbed this Let It Snow sign from Dollar Tree this year. They have these super cool wood signs and I was so excited to get it. So the first thing I'm gonna do with the sign is just fill in that little hole at the top with some wood fill. Next, I'll give it 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. So the frame, I wanted it to be black. I've been really into like black, white, and red this year. So I don't know, that could be my Christmas theme. I've definitely been leaning more towards that direction. So I decided to use ink by Waverly and I did 2 coats over the entire frame. So once I got everything painted, I took the backing and I hot glued it back to my black frame. From there, I hot glued the Let It Snow sign directly in the center of my frame. I wanted to dress it up a little bit, so I had this buffalo check ribbon from Hobby Lobby, so I just cut off a piece and put it on one side. I kind of wanted it to look like a present. Next, I just took a Dollar Tree pick and I bent down the stem and hot glued that in place. And then to cover up the stem, I just tied a bow with that buffalo check ribbon and hot glued it to the top. And for a couple of dollars, I have an adorable sign ready for Christmas. So this next find, I was super excited to pick up. I found these spindles at a garage sale, and the lady literally said everything was pretty much $1 that I asked her. So I got 2 spindles for $1 each. So I thought that was a great deal. They're pretty dirty, so I used some disinfectant wipes and just cleaned them really well. So next I cut them in half so I had 4 spindles to work with. Now I love the old look of these, but I wanted to give them a little something extra. So I just lightly wiped on some white Waverly chalk paint to it, and then I took a damp rag and wiped it off. So it was just a little hint of white, but you could still see all the worn look to these legs. Next, I just stacked all 4 of them together so they kind of looked like logs. And then I took some twine and tied it around and just held them in place. I didn't want to do anything permanent because I felt like if I wanted to use them later in something else, so that's why I'm using the twine. And then from there, to cover the twine, I'm going to use that same buffalo check ribbon that I used in my previous project, and I'm just going to glue it in place. And then I'll take another one of those Dollar Tree picks and just hot glue that in place. And then I'll also add in a bow with the buffalo check ribbon at the top just to kind of hide the top of that pick. I think this is an adorable farmhouse decoration to put out around Christmas. So my last thing I picked up was actually this winter picture, and the lady only wanted 50 cents for it. And I think sometimes we forget to look at frames and stuff, but you can get some really cool old art that I think would fit in nicely with your decor. So I've really been trying to pay attention more to art like this when I'm out at garage sales. The picture was very farmhouse, but the frame was all beat up. So what I did to update this 50-cent find was just took some of my painter's tape and put it around the glass part of my frame. And then I came in with 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. Once the chalk paint completely dried, so at least a couple of hours, I came back into wet distress. I've had a lot of questions about wet distressing. You can do it at any stage. So if it's been sitting for a couple of days and has dried, I mean, I wouldn't wait that long, but if it has, you can still come back in wet distress. So you want to get a wet rag, wring it out, and then you can come back in and just rub like you would with sandpaper and pull the paint off wherever you want it pulled off. And so I just did that all the way around this frame, and I think it just looks like a really cute frame that's perfect for Christmas and kind of has that farmhouse touch to it. All right, you guys, you're gonna have to let me know in the comments which one of these 3 projects was your favorite. And if you're not necessarily in the mood for Christmas yet, I get it, it's okay, but you'll be ready when the time comes. And if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe by hitting the red button, and I'll link our last video here, and I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.